First, you want to go to our site www.iphonerepair.com and download all the necessary software that you're going to need to jailbreak your iDevice. After you've downloaded and installed Sn0wbreeze, you want to go ahead and locate the file that you installed and you want to run Sn0wbreeze. You want to go ahead and click OK here. It may pop up and give you some information about Sn0wbreeze. So you can take a moment to review the credits, and you can just hit close. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and browse for your IPSW file. So you want to go ahead and go to wherever it is that you saved and downloaded that file on your computer, and you want to select it. Once you do that, it'll identify the file, and then once it's ready, it'll give you a check mark, and then you can hit the blue box to proceed. Alright, so as it's going through the file, I'm not going to go through this, so I'm just going to skip through this part, but you can either actually play a little Pac-Man game, or you could just watch the spinning wheel. I chose to just watch the spinning wheel, and like I said, I just skipped that part. Once it's done on your desktop, you will see where it saves the IPSW file on your desktop. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to put your iDevice into device firmware update mode, or DFU mode. So make sure your device is off but connected to your computer. And then just follow the on-screen instructions to put your device in firmware update mode. Hold the power and home key for a few seconds until it tells you to release it. Release the power key, keep holding the home key until it puts your device in DFU mode. And then you'll see that iReb will start to run, and it'll tell you that it's in DFU mode and that you're ready to proceed with opening iTunes and with installing the custom firmware. Alright, so then next we will go ahead and you close Sn0wbreeze, and you want to go ahead and launch iTunes. Once you launch iTunes, it'll detect that your device is in DFU mode. It may take it a moment for it to notice it. But once it notices that it's in update mode, or device firmware update mode, you want to hit OK and then click on Shift, the left Shift key, and then click Restore. And then you want to go to your desktop and find the custom IPSW file, which you can see here, and then hit Open. And then you'll see that it will go ahead and start to communicate with your iPhone. And it will also communicate with the Apple server. So now, it's, again, like I said before, it's accessing the Apple server to verify the firmware. Once it does that, it will actually start to load the firmware on your device, and you'll see a bar show up on your iPhone and on your iTunes. Now, since this is a custom firmware, you'll see the little snowflake that you see there, and you can see that the bar is slowly starting to fill up as the IPSW file is being loaded to your device. Now, this usually takes a little bit longer, but of course I edited the video so you didn't have to wait through the whole process. So it's still updating, verifying. And then on the iPhone you'll see that it's almost all the way done. Which is what you see here. And then once that's done, it will tell you on the screen that it has been restored, and you can hit OK, or you can wait for it to reboot. And then here is where we will need to actually use iBooty, because this is a tethered jailbreak. It doesn't just power up and start to run. What you'll see is you'll see the Apple logo, and you'll see the bar come across the screen, but it'll stay there because it needs to be connected to iBooty, and we need to put the iPhone in DFU mode and restore it into a jailbroken state. So what you'll go ahead and do is you'll go ahead and open up iBooty, which should have been extracted to your desktop when you first install Sn0wbreeze. It'll get extracted to your desktop. So you want to open that and then run the iBooty.exe. And then you're going to go ahead and follow the on-screen steps again to put your iPhone into DFU mode. It's pretty much the same as before. Press and hold the home and the power key until it tells you to release the power key, and then you release the power key and keep holding the home key until it goes into DFU mode, and then you'll see that iBooty will load the exploit. Which you can see here, it's loading it. The screen turned white, and you'll then get the Apple logo. The bar should quickly flicker across the bottom, and then it should boot up normally. Now when we did our jailbreak, we did run into a few issues. The thing that you probably notice off by right away by looking at the video is in the upper left corner we had no signal bars. I thought maybe the SIM was just not seated properly. We removed the SIM, put the SIM back in, and that didn't work. So ultimately we had to go into settings, general network, and we had to, settings, general reset, and we had to reset the network settings, put it back in DFU mode, and then use iBooty to put it back into DFU mode and then load it back up. Once we did that, it came up and it worked fine, and as you can see here on the screen, it clearly shows that it's 4.3.